G'day folks, Uncle Knackers here from DIY for Knuckleheads. Now look, summer here in Australia can be an absolute scorcher. And spending any time in a workshop at certain times of the day can be unbearable. I wonder if I can make an air conditioner, DIY style. Made from pallets, plywood and a few other bits and bobs, starting off with trying to locate a second-hand esky which isn't going to cost an arm and a leg. There you go, check out the snowball, and it's only $2. Perfect. And then the lady in the shop said that she was having a half price sale for that day, so that came down to $1. Bargain. Okay, let's stop mucking around and get this show on the road by cutting out the pieces for the carcass that we are going to insert our esky into. Now for this I'm using a sheet of 17mm black form ply which I had left over from a previous project, but in actual fact you can use anything you like which you may find just lying around the workshop. Once all the pieces are cut, screw those sides together till we've made ourselves a nice little box. And as per usual, with all my builds, I have the obligatory prototype logo that I need to emblazon on the side of the project using my nifty little handheld router to create a recess in the plywood, which I then place and image transfer onto. Aircon 1000, I like it. Now I've got to tell you, it's so hot here in the workshop, the sooner I get this job done the better. I'm sweating more than a gypsy with a mortgage. Okay, time to cut and clad the carcass in pallet wood, but first I want to make that pallet wood a little more interesting, so a quick hit with some black paint followed by a good sand to remove the excess black paint, and then we finish up with a more rustic and appealing looking board. Speaking about pallets, unfortunately I've just received some bad news. At the Nestle factory today, a member of staff was seriously injured when a pallet of chocolate fell more than 50 feet and crushed him underneath. The poor guy, he tried in vain to attract attention, but whenever he shouted, "The Milky Bars are on me!" everybody cheered. The Milky Bar Kid, folks, 1980s television. I love the good Milky Bar. Now cutting the boards to different widths adds some interest to the box, and then those boards are just simply nailed on using a nail gun. And once those boards are attached, make the lid and screw it to the box using a couple of butt hinges. And for those 13-year-olds out there, yes, I said butt. Now using a router is an easy way to check in those hinges for a nice flat finish, but using a chisel will also do the job nicely. Alrighty, with that pallet wood box now built, the next thing we need to do is, I've got myself this El Cheapo battery powered fan, so I'm going to recess that into the top, round about there-ish. Then I've got this plastic flange, I'll drill a hole for that, round about there, and screw that down, and then I'll just simply place in my plastic pipe, and boom, we're ready for action. And hopefully, fingers crossed, with this full of ice and that fan fully cranked up, we'll have Arctic type temperatures streaming at the end of that pipe. Let's give it a crack. Now here's the big tip when using a router to cut out circles. Go down in small increments with each pass rather than cutting all the way through in one big hit. There's less chance of you making a mistake, and your router and router bit will thank you for it. Now the thought did cross my mind that some of that beautiful cold air may escape between the lid and the box, so I stuck on some weather seal rubber and then attached an adjustable toggle latch which pulls down hard on the lid, creating an almost airtight seal. Okay folks, I think it's time to screw on some wheels to make this beast mobile. And then once that's done, all we need to do is to attach the fan to the lid. Too easy. A quick paint job to the PVC flange and then just simply screw it down to the lid, and then all that's left to do is to insert that 90-degree plastic pipe into the flange, and we're ready to put this baby through its paces. Alrighty, it's now time to place this PVC pipe into that flange. Now you may have noticed that I've given this a bit of a black paint job just to make it look a bit snazzier. Now I'm only going to dry fit this, which means no glue. That way I can then maneuver that pipe any direction I like, depending on which way I want the airflow to travel. Now as an experiment, it's a pretty hot day here today, but inside the workshop with the thermometer inside our pipe here, it is currently 30 degrees, which is about 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Now as far as how powerful this motor is, I've put some streamers here for a bit of added dramatic effect. I'll turn this on and we'll see how it goes. Stand back folks, here we go. Look at that go! Now that is fantastic. It's awesome. Okay, in go the blocks of ice, plus a couple of extra tasty treats, and we'll leave that go for about 20 odd minutes, wait for the air inside to go cold, then we'll crank up the fan and see how cold that air actually gets. I'm excited. Okay folks, time for the big test. As you can see, we're sitting on about 30 degrees Celsius, which is about 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's place it in that PVC pipe, crank up the fan and see how cold we can get this thing. Whoop, hang on a sec. Better put some blue tack on the thermometer. I don't want that to blow away. So there we go. Place them inside and crank it up. Alrighty, we'll give that a few minutes. See how we go. Now seriously, that feels absolutely fantastic. If we can get this down to about 20 degrees Celsius, that would be awesome. Alrighty, we've now been going for about 5 minutes. Let's turn the fan off and check the temperature. Ooh, feels cold. Fantastic. Alrighty, if I just focus that in, you'll see that it's gone down to about 21 degrees, which is absolutely awesome. So on those stinking hot days, this portable air conditioner, the Acon 1000, is perfect whether you're working in the shed or just sitting on the back deck having an icy cold beer. It's a great little project, and it's my entry into the Mark Dainer Pallet Wood Challenge. Mark from Dainer Designs has a fantastic channel, so make sure you check him out, and good luck to all the other entrants. Cheers. This is going to taste so good. How do they make it so cheap? Getting a bit chilly. I might turn this thing down.